Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
All right, well, happy Friday, everybody. Of course, it's the last show before the holiday break. We will be back on December 27th, but of course, it is the holiday season. We're all very excited. And of course, malls across the country are going to be a jungle for the next couple days.
That's true. Yeah, it's very busy. So hopefully you got your shopping done already. If you didn't, well, good luck to you because it's going to be interesting.
You may want to just kind of sit in your car and say a prayer before you head in there to that madness. But we'll have all this and more coming up later on in the show. But right now, let's send over to Brett Holden, who's down with the RCMP.
Today, I will be here with the RCMP. We're going to be talking a little bit about staying safe for the holidays, including planning ahead for a designated driver and for your Christmas parties, as well as making sure that you're keeping your cars locked, even though it is a little cool outside, making sure that your car's not running as well. We'll have a little bit more coming up with the RCMP, but let's head back to Elise, who has a look at your local news.
Great, thank you so much, Brett. Well, Lloyd Rescue are advising people not to travel at this time unless it's necessary. They are on scene at numerous multi-vehicle collisions heading north on Highway 17, so if you do have to head out, be safe. And a night of celebration on Thursday as Gold Horse Casino has officially opened its doors in the border city. Now, Brett Holden has the story.
On the east end of town, the Gold Horse Casino took just over a year to build, and now the doors are open to Lloydminster's only casino.
A very big day for all the new folks with us here at Gold Horse Casino, our 7th property, newest one. It's such a proud day. It's been a journey and so much work by everybody.
The celebration included free food and drinks, as well as speeches from people who helped with the opening of the casino, including Chief Wayne Samaganus, who has been a part of getting the casino into Lloydminster since 2011.
It's difficult, the feelings that you go through, because it has been quite a battle, and people don't realize that. And in all those battles, as the chief of my community, I had to go and stand there alone against sometimes all the chiefs of the Federation of Saskatchewan Indians, and there was a lot of reluctance.
Saskatchewan MLA Colleen Young says she hopes the casino will make a big impact on the economy of the Lloydminster area.
Well, I think to start with, you know, the amount of jobs that have been created just in the building of this facility over the last 6 to 8 months, as well as the 200 plus jobs that are here right now working in this facility.
This is the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Association's 7th casino. The Gold Horse Casino is slated for a grand opening event in January as a kickoff for the facility.
Yeah, we really wanted to make sure we showcased the facility to a lot of different individuals in the community. We got 3 very good groups coming in, different genres, and they can get a really good sense of just what the property can do here.
The casino is open from 9 a.m. until 3 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 9 a.m. until 4 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. Brett Holden, Primetime Local News.
In the midst of hard times and protesting for jobs, the people at the Yellow Vest rallies are also giving back. At the next rally tomorrow, they are asking that if you do come down to also bring a food bank item for donation.
I got a call from Milk Columbine at Columbine Coach Lines a couple days ago asking if, we would be good with him bringing one of his buses down and taking donations for the Lloydminster Food Bank. So I, absolutely said, by all means, bring it down. It's a great idea.
Medlicott says that sees that the holiday season can be hard on everyone, and if the rally can support others at the same time, then she's happy.
It's a really tough time for a lot of families here in Lloydminster. A lot of people out of work. A lot of people are actually going to food banks for the first time in their lives. So you know what? I think anybody that can donate should donate.
And now we're going to go to Brett Holden, who is with the RCMP.
With Sergeant Sarah Knelson. Now, this weekend is a very important one. I mean, we're going into the holidays. What are some major things for people to remember who are traveling for the holidays?
I think the most important thing traveling in the holidays is to ensure your safety while driving with your families. If you're going from town to town or even here within the city, ensure that you drive to the road conditions. And as we see outside today, it's a little snowy and there's some freezing rain, I think, coming. So make sure you leave early in order to get to where you need to go in time. And if you're on the highways, be safe. Make sure you have your emergency kits with you and get to where you need to go safely this holiday season.
And when it comes to planning ahead, maybe what are some ways that you can make sure that you are planning ahead well and effectively?
Well, I think the most important is looking at the clock and knowing your time, knowing how long it's going to take you to get somewhere and what time you need to be there at. Because we see people rushing and then they have to get there quickly and they can't drive to the road conditions. So if you need to be somewhere in an hour, make sure you leave maybe an hour and a half ahead of time in order to get there. Also with the emergency kits, we want people to ensure that in the back of their cars, they have kits that have shovels in them, jackets, gloves, flares, anything they need in case they do get stuck on the side of the highway, that they're safe until help can arrive to assist them.
Perfect. We'll have a little bit more coming up from here at the RCMP, or with the RCMP rather, but let's head back into the studio where Connor has a look at your weather.
All right, thanks very much, Brett. Taking a look at your current temperatures right now, -5 right now with that wind chill still close to 40 kilometers an hour. Of course, that was the trend over the last couple of days. We take a look at some records for this time of year. +7, back in 2005, while it was -40 back in 1989. Of course, we don't have that quite yet, and hopefully we don't get that as we take a look at the satellite radar map. As I shift over here, there is some cloud coverage that we saw from earlier today. We'll continue on into the weekend through Edmonton, Vegreville, Marwayne, and Lloydminster areas, and the whole Lakeland region just as a whole here. Taking a look at the watches and warnings, their windfall warning, the wind warning is still in effect here in the Lakeland region in Vermilion, Vegreville, and Lloydminster, of course, with gusts close to 40 kilometers an hour. Of course, it doesn't help with all those people that are traveling home for the holidays heading west on Highway 16. There have been some reported collisions, and of course, most of the roads, according to Alberta 511, are still partially covered in snow and ice. So if you are traveling, please be careful. And if you don't need to travel, don't leave the house at all. Let's take a look at some current temperatures right now. -5 in Lloydminster and Cold Lake and Meadow Lake as well. -4 in Edmonton. -5 out in Whitecourt. -3 in Jasper. And take a look over to Saskatchewan. -3 in North Battleford. -1 in Saskatoon. And 0 out in Prince Albert and Melfort, as well as -5 in Meadow Lake. Like I said, take a look at some temperatures around the region. -9 overnight in North Battleford with some cloudy skies. The wind will start to slow down a little bit, but not too much. Of course, not as much as the current right now, where it's close to 40 kilometers an hour there. Tomorrow, -7 with mostly cloudy skies there, and sitting at -7. Cold Lake, -10 overnight with cloudy skies, as well as into tomorrow, -7 throughout the daytime high there. And Lloydminster for us here, -10 overnight with some cloudy skies, and -8 tomorrow, with the wind still being over 20 kilometers an hour. Take a look at the next 3 days, mostly cloudy throughout the week. Next 3 days, and a 25% chance of some precipitation on all 3 days there. -11 on Sunday and -12 on Monday with a few clouds and maybe a little bit of sun. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the commercial.
Welcome back. An industry-led initiative is taking shape as the ag sector regulates its own recycling programs. Gerard Lampo finds out about Clean Farms.
Clean Farms organizes as a federated nonprofit stewardship organization that's industry funded across Canada from coast to coast to coast. And the programs that we deliver are industry funded.
Tammy Shields is the Western coordinator for Clean Farms operating out of their Moose Jaw office. She works on 2 programs across Saskatchewan and Manitoba. There are 5 programs that the organization delivers across the country.
Chemical jugs, so the small container chemical jugs, the pesticide containers funded by the industry, as well as the non-deposit bulk containers, seed and pesticide bags, obsolete chemical collection, as well as obsolete animal health products.
Some of the programs are in pilot phases with some government funding, but eventually leading to a program management plan that Clean Farms will facilitate across the country.
In Saskatchewan, I'm mainly responsible for the grain bag program. So the grain bag recycling program has been running for about 7 years in a pilot phase, and Clean Farms now is the program manager.
Clean Farms partners with several stakeholders in the waste and recycling sector that also have a specialty in agriculture waste management. This helps municipalities keep grain bags out of the landfills.
I started the program for grain bag recycling out of seeking a need to fulfill the municipalities' concerns about grain bags getting caught up in their machines, arriving in their landfills, and whether there is an option to divert them from the landfill and or burning on the farm.
With those concerns, Shields hosted the first collection pilot in Milestone in 2010, regulation came in 2016, and in 2017, Clean Farms became the program manager. This allows for an end-of-life program for grain bags.
Producers roll them up on farm and bring them into one of our 26 collection sites across Saskatchewan. And when it's in a baled, secured medium, the grain bags are now able to be recycled easily and loaded into a truck, a trailer, and we can ship them away from recycling.
Apart from this facility near Spears, there are similar grain bag collection sites near Marshall, Meadow Lake, Spiritwood, and Unity.
On our website, cleanfarms.ca, we do have some preparation steps that will help producers lead them through that process in order to bring them in.
Gerard Lampow, Primetime Local News.
That's it for your egg news. Sports is next, but first we'll take a look at your egg prices.
Every member of the City Centre Auto Body team has been through extensive training. We're constantly upgrading our team's education to reflect current collision repair technique.
Taking a look at your local sports now, Lloydminster native TJ Lloyd represented Canada on the national stage again this year, earning a bronze medal with Team Canada West at the World Junior A Challenge. Our Josh Ryan was able to sit down and chat with the team captain and defenseman about his time with the team and what it means to play for his country.
How does it feel to have medaled once again for your country?
Yeah, obviously proud of the group in there. You know, we're playing in the game that we wanted to today, but for the boys to walk away with a bronze medal is something that we're going to be happy with and, you know, we're going to take with us for the rest of our lives.
What was it like to do it this time close to home? Obviously, your dad was in attendance plenty, and you had plenty of other local people who you either knew well or knew in passing anyway that came to watch you. What was that like?
Yeah, last year was a little different. I played a little bit different role in the team, and you know, this year when found out the tournament was in Bonnyville, I was obviously really happy because that's obviously close to home. I knew my mom and dad were going to be able to make the trip, and it's just been fantastic. You know, like the people that around Bonnyville are great, and the support that our team's got has been unbelievable.
Yeah, and obviously you stayed here all week as well with the hotels and whatnot. Is that kind of part of the cool thing about this event, is that you're not in a big city? You get to experience small town life, and you get to experience people latch on and really dig in on the event and participate in the event as fans.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, like the main focus here is hockey, and that's pretty much it. But you know, like us being in the city so long, you got to really get a taste of what Bonnyville's like, and it's a great community here. And you know, that the tournament was a huge success here, and it was a great spot for the tournament. And for the players to be able to come to Bonnyville and experience the town and the way that they treated us, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah. Do you take pride, I guess, being from a town similar to this size as well, being in this tournament? You kind of prove that kids who come to watch, like, they could be you one day.
Yeah, for sure. Like being a Lloydminster product and having this tournament very close to home and wearing the maple leaf, I don't think many kids out there get to do that. So that's obviously something I'm very proud with. Yeah.
As a player, it's probably on your bucket list of things to check off. What else is on your athlete bucket list at this point?
I'm going to head back to Spruce Grove and finish off the season there with the Saints going into the second half. And next year I'm heading into Bowling Green University. They play in the WCHA, so going to be playing some college hockey next year. Really excited and grateful for that opportunity, and we'll see how that goes. And going to be taking some business classes, not too sure which ones, but you know, I'm going to be, the main focus there is going to be hockey, and going to see how far that can take me.
And now we're going to go back to Brett Holden, who is with the RCMP.
Joined once again by Sergeant Sarah Knelson. So let's talk about a little bit, with the holidays, Christmas parties, and going out to those, what's the main focus, or what's the main thing that people can make sure that they are getting home safely?
For the RCMP, our main concern is the public safety, as you stated. So impaired driving is something that we focus on, not just at Christmas time, but throughout the whole year. However, Christmas season, we do see an increase of parties within our community and perhaps an increase of impaired driving. So our officers are always on the street and educating as well as enforcing the laws. So all we recommend is that if you are out indulging and having that extra glass of wine or that extra beer, you make sure you have a safe ride home. Within our community here, we have taxi cab services, or if you have a designated driver yourself. We also have a lot of community organizations that will volunteer their time, or you pay them a small fee and they'll drive your vehicle for you. Any way that you can get from point A to point B safely without having to drink and drive is our concern and our number one priority throughout this Christmas season.
Now, with this Christmas season this year is kind of different because we do have the new legalization of marijuana as well. So let's kind of talk about as well how that influences what you guys may be able to do as well.
Well, we have our officers here in the office trained on standard field sobriety testing. So and that can enable us to determine whether or not a driver has consumed any illegal or illicit drugs prior to driving. So we encourage all of our members of our community, if you are going to try marijuana, you know the laws driving, which you can't drive while impaired by anything alcohol or drug related. So just check into that. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call any of us RCMP officers down at the office and we'll answer any questions for you in relation to the new legislation.
Perfect. Well, we'll have a little bit more coming up from here at with the RCMP and making sure that we are staying safe for the holiday season. But let's head back into the studio where Connor has a look at your weather.
All right, thanks very much, Brett. Taking a look at some current temperatures right now throughout the region. -5 for us here in Lloydminster, as well as out in Vegreville, Marwayne, Cold Lake. -6 across the boards out in Lac La Biche, St. Paul, Pierceland, and Vermilion. As we take a look closer, further out west, -4 out in Edmonton, -4 also down south there a little bit in Macklin, -3 out in Provost as well. Take a look quickly into Saskatchewan, -6 in St. Walburg, -3 out in North Battleford. As we take a look at some other temperatures, -9 in La Ronge, -8 in Buffalo Narrows, -14 out in Wollaston Lake, -12 down in Flin Flon, and as well in Alberta, -9 in Fort Chipewyan and Fort McMurray, -8 out in Peace River, -6 out in Slave Lake, -4 in Grand Prairie. Heading down south now, -2 in Lethbridge, -1 in Medicine Hat, -2 Calgary, -6 out in Banff, -3 down in Swift Current as we head over to the Saskatchewan side, -5 in Kindersley, and 0s in Moose Jaw and Regina. Estevan at +2 though. That's a nice change there to see, a nice +2 given all the temperatures that we've had over the last few days. -8s for tomorrow in Lloydminster and Vermilion, and -7s all across the board there, of course, in St. Paul, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, and Pierceland and Lac La Biche, and also -8 down in Edmonton. Taking also a look at -10 out in Isle of Cross, as well as -8 in Meadow Lake, and -7 out in North Battleford. As we take a look at your 7-day forecast now for the next couple days, it is going to be, the wind will die down. Of course, we were under a wind warning over the last few days, and it'll definitely slow down as we head into the later on in the week. -11 on Sunday, -12 on Monday, -11 on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be the trend over the next couple days. There will be some sunshine though on Wednesday, sitting at -11 as the high there and -13 as the low there. And also Thursday, a 60% chance of some precipitation there, but it drops down a little bit. It gets a little warmer, at -9 with that low of -15, -14 on Friday with a 25% chance of some precipitation there. And that'll be a look at your next 7 days. We'll have more primetime local news coming up after the break.
And now we're going to send it back to Brett Holden, who is with the RCMP.
Joined once again by Sergeant Sarah Knelson. Now, with the holidays, a big thing, and even with the cold weather as well, is keeping your car running. Let's kind of talk about the dangers of that.
Okay, within our community of Lloydminster, we do see a large number of theft of motor vehicles, and we just want to educate the public and advise them. If you do happen to be running your vehicle, make sure you're either in it, it's locked up, there's no keys in your vehicle, because we don't want to see anybody getting their vehicle stolen due to the fact that they left the keys in it while it's running. If you're running into 7-Eleven to grab a gallon of milk, make sure you take your keys out of your car, run and get the milk and come out. It's not worth it to come out and have your vehicle stolen. Unfortunately, this time of year, we do see an increase of motor vehicle thefts, so we want to educate the public how they can keep their own vehicles safe.
And as well, more with the holiday season is keeping presents inside your vehicle as well. What are some ways that you can also prevent that, or some other ways that, I guess mostly prevent it?
Sure, we know this weekend's going to be a heavy shopping weekend for most of the members within our community. So what we ask is that they keep all their valuables out of their vehicle. Make sure your vehicle's locked at all times. Don't leave your wallet, your computer, your cell phone, even, as you say, your Christmas presents. Don't bring them out into your vehicle and then head back into the mall. We don't want to see anybody getting their vehicle broken into and their Christmas gifts stolen this time of year.
Perfect. And just really quickly, let's talk about as well just maybe some preventions when it comes to people coming into your home as well.
So we always say if you're heading out for the holidays or you're going on vacation, make sure you have somebody checking your home on a daily basis to ensure that it's safe and nobody's been in there. Have somebody shovel your walk, make sure you have your lights on, and as I said, have somebody come check on your house so we can make sure that everybody is safe this holiday season.
Perfect. Well, we'll have a little bit more coming up with the RCMP, but let's head back into the studio where Connor has a look at your social media trends.
All right, well, it's close to Christmas, and you know what that means. It's a jungle in most of the malls. I used to work in retail. I used to work in the good old West Edmonton Mall, and let me tell you, that was a nightmare, especially those last days up until Christmas are just an absolute gong show.
Yeah, well, that's because most people are procrastinators, so I can see that being a disaster. I tend to avoid the mall at all costs at this time, and normally I do have to buy some gifts last minute, but this year I'm all done. It's a Christmas miracle. Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty low standards if it's a Christmas miracle for that. But I mean, I have to get maybe one or two more things, but other than that, I mean, I am a procrastinator in other things like my schoolwork back in the day, but Christmas shopping, it's like I'm better at than.
There you go. That's good. I don't know. Anything to avoid that parking lot at West Ed or any of the malls. Even the Lloyd Mall, driving past it today was very full, and I'm just very glad that I didn't have to go there. So if anyone's shopping, good luck.
That's the most crowded I've ever seen the Lloyd Mall parking lot since I've been here. That was nuts. Well, anyways, let's get to something that's a little more cheerful, of course, and not talking about some crazy, stressful times. Of course, it's our pets of the day, of course. We're going to announce our winner later on in the show, but let's take a look at some of the submissions for today. This is Pixie and Jagger, submitted by Val. Very cute kitty duo indeed. This is Cooper. He's waiting
dreaming of Christmas.
Yeah, he's dreaming of what's in that gift there, submitted by Crystal. Thank you for sending that in. Next up, we have Couscous, like the side dish, I'm assuming. And this is submitted by Brianna, very long-looking cat. This is Ozzy.
So cute.
Very adorable there. This is submitted by Courtney. And last but not least, we have Max and Sadie, submitted by Deline. I think I apologize if I butchered that name pronunciation. But if your pet was shown today, this whole week rather, you are entered to win a Pet Pad gift card, which we're going to be giving away at the end of the show today. So make sure you stay tuned for that to find out if you're the winner.
We want to see your pet. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Well, today we learned a little bit more about staying safe for the holidays, including planning your trips ahead. And if you know people or you are traveling for the holidays, making sure that you do have one of those emergency kits that has like gloves and toques and a shovel in them as well. We also spoke a little bit about making sure your car isn't running when you're not in it. Like if you go into the 7-Eleven and just grab a gallon of milk, making sure that your car isn't running. Well, that does it for me here at with the RCMP, and you won't see me again until after the holidays. So I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and all the best during the holidays. We'll see you again really soon. Let's head back into the studio where, Connor and Elise is going to wrap up the show.
I like how I was going to say Michaela, but I'm not Michaela. Michaela is on enjoying holidays there. But take a look at our next 7 days. -8 heading into tomorrow. So it gets pretty colder. The wind's starting to die down a little bit. The wind warning is not in effect as of right now. -11 on Sunday, -12 on Monday. It's going to be a cloudy trend up until Tuesday, where we will get -11 on Tuesday there, and -11 on Wednesday as well. But we'll get some more sunshine, which is something that we would like to see. -9 on Thursday with that 60% chance of some flurries there, with a low of -15. As well as -14 on Friday with a little bit of sunshine that'll peak out a little bit there. So it's going to be mostly cloudy throughout the Christmas, but nonetheless, not a whole lot of major snowstorms ahead of us, which is good because, you know, everyone traveling, of course, there are some road conditions that are still pretty okay. They're not the greatest, but, you know, it's not terrible, though.
Yeah, you just got to be safe and drive slow and make sure everybody gets where they need to go, because that's the most important part. So.
Absolutely. Well, it's that time right now where we're going to announce the winner of our Pets of the Week.
Yay.
So let's find out who is the lucky winner.
Let's see.
And as we take a look there,
drum roll.
The winner is Ozzy.
Ozzy.
And, luckily, it was a great time for Ozzy to be picked, of course. Congratulations, Courtney. We will be in contact with you so you can come get your Pet Pad gift card. Thanks so much to everybody who submitted a pet photo. If you didn't and yours wasn't picked, you know, there's always next week.
There's always next week, and now Ozzy gets a Christmas gift.
Yes, he does. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy your time off.